Third floor.
To Nicholas Hunt.
Doors opening.
Oh! Here we go. And like I said, the beast is out.
1 minute.
Back in business. That's what she is. Great.
I promised ACC Hilton complete discretion. I don't want him being embarrassed by any of this getting back to East Mids.
Wow. And just rejected Kate.
Maybe they were accomplices.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe Farmer had nothing to do with Leonie Collisdale's murder. Despite being charged with it.
I forgot. Okay. Now, there's something I do want to talk about. I know it's early to pause. I'm sorry, but you love it. You love me, so let's do it anyway. Just because she's evil and suspicious doesn't mean your whole team is. Now, there's a guy that showed up, this newer guy, right, that replaced her when she was missing, a detective. Now, I still haven't sussed my vibe on him. I'm a little bit confused about him and how he could be somewhat involved. He seems fairly, like, uninvolved. Like, I'm thinking way back to the first episode, you know, when the whole she was suspicious and the forensic guy was suspicious and everyone seemed a bit suspicious. And I was trying to, like, you know, I was just a little bit, I don't know what I was feeling. I didn't really know, right? Now, basically, because we know it's a white male, I'm suspecting every white male I see. So I haven't completely, I don't know, and like I said, I haven't sussed him out. That new detective guy, he's still in the team even though she's back. What could be the reason, like, he's a part of the team now, and could he help us?
They appeared brand new, the tools, so I've been looking into recent purchases in the
Tools appear brand new.
And found
Yeah.
this. What went on in there?
Since when's it my job to do yours?
So she's asking for
Put
help.
on my desk there, and I'll be sure to take a look at it.
Don't do that so you sound like a dick.
Yeah, well, this stick's no grass for AC12. He's a DCI. Maybe that's why you're still a DS.
Oh. Okay, so she's basically trying to get this guy to confide in AC12's investigation. I don't know whether she should be completely doing that. I don't know. Their relationship might appear a bit more suspicious if that gets seen. I was thinking though, are we eventually going to get another character involved with AC12? Like, it did cross my mind. Like, could Kate's undercover actions eventually become, like, I don't know, if she gets promoted again, could her issue be we need someone else? And is Steve going to do it? I don't know. I doubt it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? What happens when one gets promoted? Does someone else come in? You remember when Dot was involved? We had the three and then the gaffer. Are we going to get that again? I'm quite curious about that, you know, because it does change the dynamic a lot if one of them gets promoted.
We've got to get in the game.
Which will put Huntley on her guard. My undercover's a much more subtle approach, sir.
Never disputed on the blunt instrument.
Oh, wow.
This is bigger now than just being about Huntley.
Now it's a battle of opinions.
Sorry, kid, but Steve's right. We can't exist off the crumbs off Huntley's table.
Oh! Are they going to eventually talk about this whole promotion thing? Has he even mentioned it to Steve yet, or is he still deciding? Because I was kind of thinking, like, imagine, like, this season has some kind of conflict where, like, Steve's the one that they're pushing towards to be promoted, and then eventually they turn around and be like, oh, no, you've made a mistake, Kate had the right decision, sorry, Steve, or, you know, and then just creates more conflict. Like, I'm kind of preparing to be a bit heartbroken at some point for somebody, but all I want is for them to just eventually come together. Wouldn't it be brilliant if they could both just get promoted?
I also registered that my considered counsel in respect of DCI, Roseanne Huntley, has been disregarded.
Now I see
Exactly.
why you're upping the ante. Challenge AC12 at your peril.
What? You didn't reinstate Huntley because you were worried that Michael Farmer's defence.
It was thanks to Ross Huntley's diligence
Oh,
we detected
my
Arthur's involvement in one of
God.
the prostitute murders. I'd say she's earned a second chance.
Battle of the
My
big
team
boys.
attempt to give Michael Farmer a second chance, and we shall see which one of us is right, sir, when we have access to all the evidence.
Dude, let me just say, imagine Ted in that position. Because the thing is, oh, for God's sakes, I'm pausing it every 5 seconds, aren't I? Anyway, what was I saying? Imagine this guy here, so Ted, my guy Ted, imagine he ends up having to go against this, you know, the higher power. Who is this guy who we know, we feel, if you don't think this way, if you haven't seen the rest of it, I don't know, but if you were watching at this point and you didn't sit there and think he is just so dodgy and so bad but good at his job that he needs to go, like, who would fit potentially perfectly?
Mom, it's okay, Jodie.
She knows.
All officers go to your desks.
Come on, Steve.
Got
Yes.
plans? Cancel them. This takes as long as it takes.
Ooh. And like I said, the evidence will be with the people that aren't her. Not everyone's confided in this plan, you know? You know, two of my favourite characters at the moment are Steve Harrington and Stephen Arnott, so I'm just saying. Oh, gosh. I'm getting too excited. Trash bag killer? Okay, yo. If you know what that is, don't judge. Yes, I watch it, okay? I know I watch it. Some people, I say some people, were a little bit pressed. Not pressed. Some people were a little bit... Let's just say some people were in hysterics that I referenced a certain killer from a different show as Balaclava Man. Now, yeah. Rachel.
Crime scene photograph from Timothy Ifield's flat. Showing tools resemble those being purchased on the evening of 17th of March. This DIY store is located less than half a mile from Tim's
You know
flat.
what? That's weird, you know. What are they going to think of that?
His murderer.
A body matching gives a 90% probability it's Tim Ifield.
90.
Lava man could be Tim Ifield.
See, they're all shaking their heads like it doesn't make any sense, because it doesn't, right? The thing is how are they ever going to come to the conclusion that they had a scuffle and he planned to cover it up?
Sorry, boss. I was wondering, could there be another explanation, a simpler one?
Why is she taking that
What would
off?
that be?
That Tim was framing Michael Farmer.
Oh, so she's still being...
Not to think
Of course
about
she's
it,
being
not
stubborn
guilty,
because
yes.
she's got something to hide. Like I said, surely he goes against her, then goes to AC-12. But the problem
There's
is,
one thing
if
that
that happens
puts you
again, what happens to
What's
her?
that, Neil?
Whoever killed Tim Ifield, it wasn't Michael Farmer. He was in prison. If we find Tim Ifield's murderer, we crack this case.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Thanks, Neil.
so that's what I'm saying. If he gets too close, what's she going to do? She went after the other... What's his name?
Didn't you report Huntley called in sick one morning? But no
Exactly.
one could get
She
hold of him?
wasn't there.
Yeah.
Well, that was the morning of the 18th. The morning after the last time Tim was seen alive.
Whoa.
Bit of a coincidence Huntley goes AWOL right in the murder timeline. I don't...
I think the thing that they're struggling with is that the minute they then pull her in to investigate her, it puts her on high alert. She knows that they're looking into her in that way. What will that change, if that makes any sense? You know, that's the problem. That's the thing we can't get over. And Kate's method, she wants to go undercover. Steve, he wants to go full in, basically, right? Riot shields, you know. He just wants to barricade his way in there. These are the different viewpoints I'm talking about. Which one is going to have been more fruitful?
Starting to feel like harassment, dear Sarnet.
Harassment, anti-corruption inquiry, tomato,
Same
tomorrow. PC bin drop.
We're taking your mobile phone in evidence.
You can't do that without an authority.
Jodie, it's a police-issue device, not my own personal property. I've got nothing to hide.
Nothing to
Very much
hide.
right. You're at liberty to collect replacement
As
device
if.
at your convenience.
You kept talking even though I wasn't answering. I just kept walking faster.
So this evidence
And then
against
he grabbed
Tim.
hold of me.
Not Tim, what's his name? I get the names mixed up.
Sorry, we have to
The
keep
slightly
asking
slower
these
guy.
questions, but
He wanted to kiss me. He wanted me to come back to his house. What did you do?
I just ran. Told ya.
You ought to just be a
don't know
different
who he is.
person.
I'd have to go to court.
Maybe. She's just hesitant completely, isn't she?
No, but
Oh, she mentioned in
you can
Kate.
help us do that, Melanie.
She's proving herself, right?
brave girl. Well done.
Yo, 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 yo. Oh no, I can feel it. I can feel it because you know when there was the scenes of when Ted was talking to like Kate and Steve separately, and he said, "I think it's probably going to go to Steve. He's just got that extra thing, right?" I'm nervous that something's going to change now, and it's going to flip again. But the thing is if Kate demonstrates some kind of leadership and Steve is present, and maybe imagine Steve accepts that Kate should have the role. That would be so heartfelt and warming, man. You know, it would, wouldn't it? It would. One of those things. But that's what's going to happen, isn't it? So she's going to demonstrate leadership, and she's going to go ahead in this case and not solve it herself, but she's going to have a significant contribution that potentially leans Ted back towards her, you know, make it more even. You know what I'm trying to say?
PCNA is going to take you through the video identification process. You'll see 9 unrelated men of a similar age and appearance.
You watch it not be the guy in the prison, it's just someone else. Like the forensics guy or something, I don't know. Gosh, the stun of
This one seems dead nervous.
It's not about that though. It's not about who's nervous, is it?
Melanie was able to make a positive ID. That's brilliant, Melanie. Well done. Well done.
Gosh.
Huh, Melanie?
is not. Is it going to be the right? The thing is, I don't know, because her saying they do look nervous makes me feel nervous because that's not what it's based on, you know. Oh my god! So they have ID'd him.
That's really great work, Kate.
So they basically, I don't think that's being framed, but I'm not completely sure. So she's positively ID'd the guy in prison, right? So maybe he is a sexual offender or some, I don't know, something, but not a killer.
Didn't mean to upset her.
You're now admitting the allegations.
Michael.
No, she's admitting it. No, he's admitting it. I'm so confused, man.
You tell her I'm sorry.
You see, he didn't.
Yes,
Bro,
we can
I don't
do
even
that.
think he did anything. He just creeped someone out. He's just a little bit simple, man.
Why did you want her to come back to your house?
I was lonely.
Part of me just feels like it wasn't even that. That's not even really what
The
happened.
murder of Leonie Collisdale, the kidnapping and attempted murder of Hannah Resnikova. Do you understand these charges against you?
He didn't do any of those things, man. He didn't.
Please answer.
He may have done something that looks worse than it is. I don't know, man. I don't have a viewpoint yet. I'm sorry.
Calm down, okay?
Oh no, what's
I
going
get why
on?
you're pissed off, but the ID process was by the book.
Witnesses are eager to please. Non-verbal cues from the officers involved led the witness to identify Michael Farmer, whether she recognised him or not,
Sir, what's happened's happened. The fact is I've finally gained Huntley's trust.
by colluding in the framing of an innocent man.
DS on it.
Oh my god,
Whether
Steve.
it's undercover.
Stop, man. Stop. That's too much. That's too much. My brain. Steve is obviously really passionate. He doesn't believe Kate's way is the way. Kate's really passionate. She doesn't believe Steve's way is the way. And they're just arguing and bickering and bickering and bickering. And it's like, gosh, man. It makes my heart hurt just seeing it. Funny thing is, though, is it seems again like Ted is starting to say that Steve is probably right in the sense that there needs to be a reinvestigation. I mean, there does. Like, she looked at one guy and said, oh, he looks quite guilty. Almost like she was like convinced as well to do it. Like she was convinced, right? So then it becomes a thing of like, was she just trying to please to get someone? Does she remember it? She couldn't remember a name or so however long ago. I don't know. I don't know, man.
What continues or not is a matter entirely between DS Fleming and myself. Therefore, you are dismissed.
Sir.
Rightly so, to be fair, he took a step too far there in my opinion.
So yeah.
I don't like it, man.
Unfortunately, this means you're going back. Sorry, Mum. Despite all the leads we've shared, there's no link to your recent missing person.
Oh!
I don't see much point in you continuing your secondment.
Yeah.
Enjoying the folly.
Wait,
How can I help you, dear son?
what's happening?
Myfield's DNA was found on Leonie Collisdale's body.
Why is Steve there?
Disclosed that to Farmer Solicitor, yep. You're sleeping well while an innocent man rots in jail.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know.
I think he is.
A tosser.
I don't know what to think.
Ross didn't come for the curry, so I did an early swerve. Got your favourite though? Lamb madras.
It's the state of Huntley's marriage.
Okay, let's just ignore it. I like this. This is good. This is good.
I get the impression she's a boring suburban mum.
One of the kids asking if it's okay to order in a Domino's.
Because the mum's not there.
She's telling
Yes.
by then her
Come
she's
on,
known her
Steve.
whereabouts.
Oh. Yeah, is that getting infected? She can't even go to the hospital for it either, or the doctors, can she? Because that's then evidence to... Oh my gosh, it's disgusting. Yeah, anyway, I feel like I need to pause this. It's like halfway through the episode. I've been reacting for quite a while. This is going to end up being a long reaction, I think, actually. So, Kate seems to be like all forward again. Steve is doing his thing. It seems to be working in tandem. They're actually talking, though, and they're eating dinner. So there you go. That's something nice. Like, I don't think we've actually seen a single scene of them being, like, friendly the whole series. So I'm glad that we're finally getting that. But is it going to go up in flames? Like, the level of conflict between them this season is unparalleled. I think the best part now is that the conflict, or she is starting to backpedal. She is backpedaling big time. The evidence is piling up against her. There's so many people there who are trying to fight her as well. All of her friends, they don't even think they're in on it. So the thing is if once they start to see things as suspicious, maybe they do start to turn and help AC-12. I don't know.
Is it all okay?
It's got to keep it protected while it heals.
Oh, so he knows about that. He knows about that. One thing I will keep saying though, white male, her husband could be getting... Now I'm just being an idiot, but potentially, you know, imagine it's like this power couple duo to like keep their family I don't know, earning money or something. You know, the motive is still hidden as to why she's done this, unless it's just personal, like, almost like narcissism, but I doubt it, you know. Someone is watching you. Who on earth put that there? Is she going to start suspecting all of her employees? Oh, who's written that? Who on earth?
Where was your wife on the night of the 17th?
It's gone in.
The morning of the 18th of March.
Before I talk to you anymore, I would like to have a chat with my wife.
Oh my
Is there
god.
anything else I can help you with?
So he's protecting her. Bro, and he's protecting her. Oh my god, of course he is. Of course he is, man. So Steve has gone in on her husband, and he's basically refused to say anything. Steve has got enough information from just that interaction to know that something's suspicious, you know. That's how good Steve is at his job. Like, he's already got the information, not fully the information he needs, but enough information to know something here isn't right.
So we're not discussing it? Since when?
There are certain sensitive aspects of my work that are inappropriate to share outside the service communication.
Surely he just goes and talks to Steve then if she's refusing to
Why,
mention anything.
why didn't you let me know where you were?
It was a specialist op. Not many people knew about it.
Wow, she's playing that card.
Like no one knew about it.
Not many or no one knew about where she was. Well, no one now knows where she is.
He had the impression that you were at home, ill. Ross, were you with someone?
Oh, is she gonna frame it like she was having an affair? Oh, cut it out, man.
I was working.
Bro, she just like... literally her just speaking right now is giving me a migraine. Like, I would literally... I don't know, I can't say this, but if I was in that situation, I'd be like, this is so suspicious, it's not even funny. Why am I protecting her if she's not being honest? You know where I'm coming from?
Yes, Steve Arnott, DC James Desperate. I'm putting you two together on the Huntley inquiry. Okay. Any questions? No?
Oh, new guy.
Carry on.
DC James.
Right, call you Steve?
We'll see.
I'm confused. He doesn't trust him. Well, you know what? Dot. Steve began to trust Dot, I think. I would not trust anyone in that situation. I mean, anyone. If she said, you'll see, you can't call me Steve. Call me Steven.
Yeah.
I thought me and Kate were doing fine, sir.
Well, of course you are, but there's just so much more ground to cover now. Besides, if you're going to step up, I'm going to need you to train up a new investigator.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
My inspectors gallivanting all over town chasing
I
every
thought
last lead
so.
that's going. Go on.
Who's in the area? Who was in that street? Who was hanging around outside that flat?
Mm-hmm. CCTV.
That's the whole case?
All of it. That's the thing though. Where is his CCTV? I thought that he was like some techie that had like doorbell cameras and stuff. Surely they find that.
Know who was there.
Although she's got his computer though.
Hannah Resnikova
I
was
don't
the
know
last
then.
person known to have had contact with the victim.
He's hoping you'll owe her a drink.
That's an interview technique. I never mess about with a witness. I know some of the blokes do, but it's a bit desperate. Do you know what I mean?
Gosh, and that's what Steve did, man.
For the DIR, I'm showing Miss Resnikova item reference JHF10.
Why do I think they're gonna frame her, man? Why do I think they're gonna frame her?
No.
Or try
I don't know
to?
anything about this at all. I know. Since we first interviewed you, certain things have become part of our working hypothesis regarding how Timothy Ifield met his death.
How can you just sit there, knowing that you did that as a completely innocent woman, and you're accusing her of goodness knows what? Like, how can you do that? How, like, your morals have to be just non-existent to be able to do something like that. That's crazy, man.
As a woman, I can well imagine the level of terror if I were to encounter that situation.
For God's sakes.
I wonder
She
if
didn't.
a woman went to Tim's flat, Tim appeared as I've described. This woman would quite rightly be in fear for her life.
So basically act like she acted in self-defense. Frame her as if she acted in self-defense.
This woman was already traumatized by a recent abduction.
Gosh.
It was self-defense.
Too smart, man.
I didn't do it. Help us to help you, Hannah.
Help us to help you, Hannah. Okay, she is way smarter than I thought. I remember, like, I still think, like, Denton. Denton's just amazing, man. I'm so gutted that she's gone, but Huntley, she knows, well, she's got tricks up her sleeve. You believe me, she does. Now, she is basically trying to convince this person that she's done this unspeakable thing. Now, surely when they look back on these interviews, they go, this is kind of inappropriate, right? You're trying to convince someone that they've done something they haven't. Get them off in the lightest way. Consider self-defense, blah, 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 blah.
Let us rule you out as a suspect.
Let us search your home.
Search my flat? It's done by a specialist team. They won't damage anything.
Let
Anything
me
that gets taken away
guess.
will be
Something
returned
is...
to me.
Oh my god. Do you guys remember there was a scene when DCI Huntley, way back when she was collecting samples, she collected one, when she stopped, she was about to walk away, and when she collected another? What's the bet that blood is found in her flat?
Hannah Resnikova, I am arresting you in connection with the murder of Timothy
Oh my
Ifield.
god, man. You watch. Look, she's smug. That's what she is. How can you do that to an innocent woman, man? KRG 13. Overwritten. Oh! He's found it!
Just after some background info on an item of evidence from Tim Ifield's flat. KRG 13.
And who's watching her? That's the question. Oh! She's the one that left the note, isn't she?
We should do a drink soon. It'd be good to have a natter about your plans for the future.
I'd really appreciate that,
God,
Mum.
we'll start to frame someone she works with. Imagine that. Or starts to have an affair with her so that then she can then confirm with the husband that she was having an affair and she's got a whereabouts.
I think I can make a case for extending your stay with us, assuming that appeals.
Yeah, absolutely, Mum. Thank you.
Nah, she's
It's very
playing
lucky.
at something.
Likewise, Mum.
Kate's gonna get roped in, Kate's being manipulated. She thinks that's a success, but it really isn't, man. It really isn't.
The overwriting was
Oh,
noted at every stage of
shoot.
the evidence being handled.
Here we
Doesn't appear
go.
anyone was trying to cover it up.
This isn't personal. She's at the centre of everything. I just want to get to the truth.
See you soon.
Oh, stop being so, like, rigid.
Search of your household waste detected multiple used condoms,
Loads of
containing
condoms.
semen from multiple males.
Was she wasn't having sex with that guy, was she?
Said DNA belonged to Timothy Ifield.
Wait, what? Is that the forensics guy? I'm bad with names.
We've got calls on an unregistered phone that presumably you used to arrange these encounters.
I bet you she's just predicting no comment, no comment, no comment because she's scared.
Present in your flat.
Once again, targeting someone vulnerable.
If you didn't kill Timothy Ifield, telling us that this was a phone of his that we know nothing about yet, that would really help us.
Exactly.
And it may help prove that you weren't his murderer.
She's not happy with that, surely.
Hannah, frankly, right now for you, this is...
Come on, Kate, come on.
You have ruined my life. No, we protect life.
I bet you she's threatened her or someone's threatened her, man. It doesn't make any sense. What?
I'm afraid I've drawn a blank on taxis picking up from Tim Ifield Street on the night of the 17th.
The taxi! Surely the taxi!
Traffic camera footage from that night.
Any chance we'll be able to read the reg?
I'll send the images for enhancement. I'll let you know the moment I hear back.
Cheers, Minnie. Well done.
There's got to be at least a piece of evidence that falls in our favour, that cast doubt. Surely, man, surely.
AC-12. We need to talk. You've excelled yourself.
So he's gone to talk to Huntley.
Thank you, sir.
Jimmy Lakewell. Like I said, I swear that's the wife's phone, but maybe it...
Anything I can do?
Imagine it's not the wife's phone. Imagine it's like... Imagine he organised Balaclava Man. Nah, no.
Sarge,
No.
we got a reg on the car.
There's no way that Steve gets
Nicholas
hurt.
Huntley was his husband.
Oh!
We need.
On the car. It belonged to Nicholas Huntley.
Oh! No! Stop it! Stop it right now, man! No! Stop! No, don't you dare! Oh! You stop it right now. Oh my god. Well, let me just say this. I know he's not going to be dead because this is Line of Duty. He's the main character, one of, if not the main character. He's had that many close calls. Someone will get to him and he'll survive. I don't imagine he'll be helping out with the case too much anymore. I don't imagine he'll even have a chance to get promoted anymore. That's beside the point right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Literally, seconds before that I was saying, imagine it's him. No. Holy shoot. And not to mention as well, I swear I was just yelling. The neighbours probably just heard me like freaking out. I'm gonna have to watch the next one tonight. The thing is, right, is like my situation's kind of weird at the moment. So the way I'm living is like, I'm not living by myself, or I'm not living with like a partner or anything. I'm an au pair, so I'm living with a family. So it's really, really hard to do reactions at certain times because like the kids and the parents, it becomes a bit weird. So the only times that I really have are during the day or like in the afternoon after dinner, but sometimes it's like kind of awkward at night time, especially when they're all here and stuff. Like you don't know what to think, you know. Now weirdly enough, I still don't think it's him. I think he's organised someone else to do it. Weirdly enough, that's the thing. I said this right before. Imagine he has organised someone else to do this for his wife, because he knows how stressed his wife has been and he knows that this is going to help, and she's somewhat in on it maybe, or yeah, because she's still very suspicious. For a start, she's already killed someone, and not just that as well, but like the whole situation about her like being suspicious in the first episode, like, so I know that the thing is this could be a duo. It's something we probably haven't had much of, I don't think, yet. Imagine that. Imagine this is a duo evil. For God's sakes, bro. I'm actually freaking out right now. Now, the thing is, right, is what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to talk really quickly now, and then I'm going to record another mini outro after I've edited, because a lot has just happened. A lot. And I'm kind of like sitting here like, what the hell to think? Arnott's gone after this guy because he has refused to say anything. He's then ended up going up the elevator. Boom. Balaclava man's there. Boom. Hit over there. Boom. Thrown down some stairs. Boom. Head's bleeding everywhere. Now, the good thing is that they know that Steve was going there, so they'll know potentially to go and get Steve because he's not answering his phone, which means he's got someone surely coming his way, so he should be fine, right? He should be fine. I think, for the most part, directly makes this husband guilty, but it's just a matter of, is he the one, or is he organising someone else to be the one? That's the thing I can't quite grasp. I bet you it's going to be him, simply because that makes it easier for him to coincide with his wife, and she knows and he knows, da-da-da-da-da. Unless, realistically, she doesn't know, and maybe she knows bits, maybe... Gosh, I don't know if she knows everything. That's the thing. She could know bits. She could be guilty in a sense, but not fully guilty to the extent that he is. For example, she might not know that. She might not know this, that, the other. So there's lots of questions, lots of things to answer, and lots of things to talk about. So I think I'm deciding. I think I'm going to talk about this a little bit more after I've edited, maybe. This may be fine as it is, but at the moment I just want to watch the next one. I'm in shock, and I don't know what to say, and it's to the point where like my mind is thrown into the air again. And I say this whenever I watch Line of Duty, whenever you guys see me watch Line of Duty, my mind is always thrown out around the middle of the season. I'm just in there like, what do I think? What do I theorize? Where do I go from here? You know where I'm coming from? That is happening again. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. So, if I don't talk to you guys in a bit, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, as ever, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content every single week. And as ever, don't forget to follow the Instagram British Ship with 2Ps, link is in the description below. And of course, more than ever, discussion. Holy shoot, man. If you're watching this and you're sitting there thinking like, I want to see the next reaction, well, probably a week away, but I may have seen the episode by the time this comes out. I'm not sure, so don't spoil anything, but I might. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave that there, guys. As ever, this has been your boy British Chap. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.